Good morning to you all, my dear students. As you know that your exams are quite near and we have started up with our revision schedule, and today we will revise the poem which we took up in our earlier classes. That was the poem The Lake Isle of Innisfree. You remember this poem? Let's recall this poem. Here this was the poem which was related to the lake, and the poet wants to move to this place, right? And who was the poet? W.B. Yeats, that is William Butler Yeats, right? So and what does he do in the poem? You remember, this was the poem, and what does he feels in the poem? He feels that the life towards the nature is even far beautiful than this hustle bustle of city life. So he explains, he shares his dream of living there near the nature, and then he tells up that he would be liking the honey bees therein, that is, he would be getting that honey from the hives of bee, and then he would be planting beans therein to eat something, and then what else, he would be enjoying the song by that bird cricket, and then linnet. And then what he says that he would admire the beauty of the morning, by as in the morning, the that whenever it shines, so it shines like a newly wedded bride. So then he compares the beauty of that morning with the bridegroom, and then he again says that night and day he would be admiring that beauty of that water that would be lapping, and that sound of that water which would be near the lake, that even he would be enjoying. So this was all about his poem, and he says that that will give him inner peace. So today, as we know that this poem is going to come in reading comprehension, that is in reading part, so we'll be getting reading comprehension type questions from this poem. So today I have planned up that I'll be giving you some stanzas, so that I tell you that what kind of questions would be coming for the exam, so that you can prepare well in advance and you don't lose even a single mark in that. This would come for 5 marks. So I think we should work hard for this, so that we improve our percentage, isn't it? So let's see. Here I have taken up the collection of comprehension of stanzas. Here I have taken up stanza 1. How can it come like? I will arise and go now, and go to Innisfree, and a small cabin build there, of clay and wattles made. 9 bean row will I have there, a hive for the honeybee, and live alone in the bee loud glade. That is, here what is mentioned? The hive of honeybee, and then is mentioned that he would be making a room nearby that lake. That room would be made of wattles, that sticks I told you, isn't it? And then he would be using clay to make his home. So now let's see what kind of questions we can get out of this stanza. So here I have the questions even for you. The first question, you may get it like this: name the poem and the poet. Since you have only one poem this time for your reading part, so it is easier to answer, and you need to make the name clear in your mind. Kindly fix this name, the Lake Isle of Innisfree, right? And then name of the poet, William Butler Yeats. Okay, so here you can get it like this. The name of the poem is The Lake Isle of Innisfree, and the name of the poet is William Butler Yeats. Right? So you may get it in that MCQs, even multiple choice questions even. But here we'll be doing up in this objective type question answer, so that whatever we are asked, we would be able to answer that. Okay? And then next is, where does the poet wish to go? You know that. Where does the poet wish to go? He wished to go to the Lake Isle of Innisfree, isn't it? Go to Innisfree Island, right? And then next, what sort of house will the poet build there? You have got the answer for this, and the answer for this is, the poet will build a house of clay and wattles. You remember, we just read even. So that is, he will build a house of clay and wattles. Next, fourth one is, what will the poet do for honeybee? What will the poet do for the honeybee? Any idea? He will make a hive for them, right? He will make a hive for them, and then from that hive, what would he get? He would get honey. And then the fifth one is, who else will live with the poet there? Who else will live with the poet there? Do you have any idea? Here we have the answer. He will live there all alone, because he do not want to live with the crowd of the cities. So then there he want to live alone peacefully, right? So this kind of question you can get in the stanza. So here I have taken up some of the examples. So now we'll be taking up another stanza another stanzas too. That is, here I have taken up one more. Which one is this? That is, and I shall have some peace there, for peace comes dropping slow, dropping from the wheels of the morning to where the cricket sings. There midnight's all a glimmer, and noon a purple glow, and evening full of the linnet's songs, linnet's wings. So here, what is this? So he is comparing the beauty of the morning with a newly wedded bride. I told you earlier even. And then he says that he'll be getting peace slowly and slowly therein, right? And then he has compared the beauty of midnight with shining beauty, and then beauty of the noon as a purple glow. He has compared that as the purple color is quite glowing, so is the noon therein. And then evening full of linnet's wings. Evening, in the evening he would be getting the bird, the small cute bird linnet therein, and then he would be enjoying that beauty of the evening, right? So now let's see what kind of questions we get in this. So here, who does I refer to in the first line? So you must have got the answer. I refer to the poet, right? And then next one is, what will the speaker have there? So now what will the speaker, what will the poet have there? Finally, though, he will have peace of mind there, isn't it? He will have peace of mind there by admiring the beauty. Beauty in a sense, in the midnight even he would be finding shiny glow, and then purple glow he would be finding in the noon. In the evening he would be enjoying the beauty of linnet's wings. So finally what all these things would be letting him to get, that is peace of mind, right? And then next one is, what is the special feature of the land at midnight? Now you can very easily answer this question. That is, that land glimmers at midnight, right? So midnight as a glimmer, as a shiny midnight. Because why shiny midnight? Because it would be full of stars. In the cities we don't see stars to be much, right? Because of the pollution, because of the crowd, because of the overpopulation. But there at that serene place he would be getting all such things, isn't it? So next I have, how is the evening at that land? You remember evening with the linnet's wings, isn't it? So here the evening of that land is full of linnet's songs, right? Then next is, what land is the speaker talking about? The speaker is talking about Innisfree land. And what kind of that? That is peaceful land, beautiful land, right? Innisfree island, that even you may add on beautiful and the beauty of Innisfree island, right? Then next I have taken one more stanza, and here it is, that is, I will arise and go now, for always night and day I hear lake water lapping with low sound by the shore, while I stand on the roadway or on the pavement's grey, I hear it in the deep heart's core. So now here he is telling that wherever he goes, either in night and in day, he is able to enjoy that sound of the water of that lake, right? So whether he is on the road or he is on the hardest of the road, so then even he is finding that beauty from his inner conscience, right? So this was the stanza. And then here we can get the questions like this, that is, where will the poet go? So now the answer of this is, the poet will go to Innisfree island. This is understood. Then second is, for how long time will the poet go there? Has he mentioned about coming back? Or has he talked about that he would be going there for temporary purposes? No, not at all. So then what is the answer? The poet will go there for forever, isn't it? Right? Then next one we have, what will the poet hear? So now the answer of this is, the poet will hear the lapping sound of the water against the shore. So there he mentioned that the water of the lake, when it gets lapped with the seashore, then there the sound comes. So that sound he is able to listen, and he is able to admire the beauty, the serenity of that sound, right? And then second is, fourth is, how the poet will hear this sound. So now here, how can you answer this? The poet will hear this sound through the very core of his mind, that is, through his inner heart, that is, inner conscience of his heart. So then last one is, name the poet, that is W.B. Yeats or William Butler Yeats, right? So this kind of stanzas you would be getting in your reading comprehension for your exam purposes, and then you would be getting 5 questions. You may get MCQs even, so it's better we took up this objective type. In this way you will be better answering the questions. So here I have some additional questions too. Let's give a quick look. So that is here, very short answer type questions related to the poem. Where had the poet W.B. Yeats spent his childhood? He has spent his childhood in Innisfree, right? So this kind of question even you may get, right? So then second is, where does W.B. Yeats wish to go? He wishes to go to Innisfree island. So then the answer of both the questions is the same. What sort of a house will Yeats build at Innisfree? That you got to know already. He will build a house of clay and wattles. Then what will Yeats do for the honeybee? He will make hives for them, right? And then next, which trees will the poet grow at Innisfree? What did he mention in the first stanza? That he would be growing 9 bean trees, right? So then he will grow bean trees at Innisfree, right? So this kind of questions you may get. So rest, I'll be sharing a PDF even. In that even you would be getting some more questions. So just give a quick look to them even, so that you better clear up the poem, right? Thank you.